Welcome to a Drop Tent Media Production.
The Porcupine with Adam Nutter.
Yo, what's up? Adam Nutter. Hey, how are you? Good. Welcome to the Porcupine. Come see me do the last stand-up show of the year. New Hope, Pennsylvania, end of the year comedy show. It's always a fucking blowout. It's always a sellout show. They do music afterwards, the whole fucking thing. John and Peters, New Hope, Pennsylvania, historic bar, historic music venue. It's gonna be a fucking blast. I think it's like $5 at the door. Not even fucking tickets, no website. Old school. Show up. John and Peters, December 23rd, tomorrow night, Christmas Eve, 9 p.m. Show starts. Coming out to that. And then I'm on the road next year, going all over the place. I'm going on the road with Robbie Bernstein a little bit, so it's gonna be fun. I think we're going to like California or Colorado, one of the C states. So it's gonna be a fun time. So it's gonna be cool coming out to those. And then again, follow me at Adam Nutter on Instagram, at Adam Nutter on Twitter. No, the Twitter's new. So at Tattooed Comic on Twitter. Go follow me there, and go follow the Cult of Us podcast I do with the great Neil Wood, youtube.com/Cult of Us. All right, enough of me. Guys, it's a fun one. Two of my favorite fucking people in the whole world. I think my dog just pushed my door open. No, maybe not. I don't know. Guys, from the Biting the Bullet podcast, give it up for Luke and Typo. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining me. Hold on, let me.
I thought you had a ghost. I was like, oh
door.
shit, the door's opening slowly. It's very ominous.
No, I just heard my wife and dog get home. I thought he pushed the door open. He'll do that sometimes. Sometimes my dog walks in my room sometimes like a black parent. Like he just pushes like the door just opens, he's just standing in there, and I'm just sitting there like playing the video game. I'm like, what's up? He's like, nothing. I was just gonna go back to the bed and like lay down with my wife. I'm like, what the fuck was that?
Just checking on you, dude.
You doing anything wrong in here?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
All right, I'm out.
That's what I fucking thought. He like flinches at me and he does like one of these.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh. He's like a little
You're like, God
18-pound
damn.
dog.
You're like, who are you? What do you want?
What a jerk. No, I love him. He's great. How you been, boys?
We're doing good.
Pretty-
Typo, are you freezing yet?
It is like -1 here, so it dropped a lot.
-1?
Yeah, it's pretty cold outside right now.
Yeah, it's unlivable. It's truly unlivable.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, it hasn't been this cold in years. It's just that weird cold front that came through. It's like it's snowing right now. I was surprised. Honestly, I was kind of surprised my internet was working. I thought I was going to text you guys and be like, hey, I'm not going to make it. I'm in the middle of a fucking blizzard here.
This is like such a lie. It's like, I can't get to the internet. It's too cold out.
We're like, he's fucking bullshitting. He forgot.
Yeah, I'm like, just tell me you don't want to come on, man. We gotta lie.
Why you got to make it something up, dude?
It's a crazy lie.
Here's what I would have told you. So, my cat, we
had his excuse ready. He had an excuse ready, dude.
We had a cat that runs in and out of the house sometimes, and like he likes to be outside, and then he'll come in at night, whatever. Well, one day, someone decided to hit the garage door, and then they were like leaving, and then as they were pulling away, they hit the like button to close it, and then like 3 hours later, my sister walks in. And she just sees the cat dead, stuck under the garage door.
That was going to be his excuse.
And that really happened, though.
Yeah. Sorry,
Dude,
I closed my cat at my garage door.
Yeah. Worst homework excuse ever. Dude, I get a call, like, we haven't talked to each other because we didn't do the show 1 week. We just both had, like, crazy weeks. And I just get a random call, and I'm like, oh, Typo, like, what's up? And he's like, I was like, are you outside? Because we had a whole conversation and I just keep hearing and like him breathing heavy. And I was like, are you outside right now? Like, what is going on? He's like, oh, I'm digging a grave. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, what is happening? And then I get the story about the cat. And I was like, oh, of course your sister found it. Like, yeah.
Also, how deep did you dig that grave? A foot? The cat.
Well, he's a pretty big cat. I was trying to go at least like 3 feet, but then I got to like 2 feet, and I was like, I'm done with this, dude. And I just threw him in, and I had to go like dig a little bit of dirt up out of the ground to add to my hole to make sure it got covered up because it was kind of bad. It was kind of sticking out a little bit, but it's all right, dude.
Oh God!
I
Nature
can't wait
will
for the
take its
first
course.
hard rain, and then you just have a cat skeleton sticking out of the ground.
Well, it just snowed, dude. So like, I'm being so scared to walk around there, and there's like a cat paw, like unfrozen, coming out of the ground.
Pet cemetery shit.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's just some like Pet Cemetery shit.
We
Dude,
do
great
have
movie.
one of those
Even
like
the remake was
native.
good.
We do have one of
Right.
those like Native American like burial grounds where there's like I don't know why, but there's like a bunch of dead bodies and it's just like this huge mound and they're all buried in there. That's not too far from where I live, dude. So I can see this cat
That's not
coming
a-
back to life.
That's not a burial ground. That was a mass grave
Yeah,
from
it sounds like a
the
mass grave.
colonizers.
What?
Yeah.
No, we politely put them in there by force.
I mean, Victor's right history, so you know.
Dude, I love how he's like, there's a burial ground. It's like just a giant mound
He's
that
like,
we
it's so
look at.
respectful.
Yeah, we throw trash on it all the time, dude. Like, what do you mean?
It's like they're so different. It's like, yeah, no, we just told them it's really
We're a civilized society. Look at them.
Yeah, we don't have reservations, dude. Like we don't have that problem here.
Oh yeah, fucking Illinois. That's so fucked.
Yeah, I feel like your whole state's just sitting on just this burial ground.
Dude, I don't. What do you think
Isn't Illinois
worse?
named
Do you think-
after like a tribe?
I bet you money it is. I bet you money it is. The
I'll
only
look it
reason
up
why,
right now.
yeah, the only reason why I think so is because I found out in elementary school that Nebraska is named after a tribe. Yeah, Nebraska.
Really?
It's named after a Native American tribe.
100% from the Illini Indian word meaning men or warriors.
There it is.
Wow, dude, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
So, like, every
Nebraska's-
state is like every Midwest state is like an Indian or native name, and then like every Eastern
Yeah.
state is like a fucking old king or
Yeah.
like an explorer, and then the West is just like some guy, just some
Yeah,
guy
dude.
like Smith. Like the West.
It's- It's so random. Like the West is still the Wild West just because it's so fucking random. But yeah, Nebraska, like I never in a million years would you tell me Nebraska is like a native. I guess there's a fucking Native American tribe, Nebraska, and like same way, but it's with a TH in the middle. And that
So,
was the tribe.
Why
Native-
are they always complaining, dude? We like named a whole
There's no-
state after them, and they're like
there's
still
no-
complaining to this day.
Dude, what do you think is worse? Do you think reservations are worse or just naming states after them is worse and have like no reservation?
Naming states after them is more disrespectful because you're not even doing anything. You're just like,
Yeah.
right? These
Yeah,
people
but-
existed one time, and then we killed them. That's what you're doing with
But it's
that.
But the res is so bad because it's like we're gonna give you the shittiest land in this state, and that's where you guys get to live. But it's your land.
but tax free.
Yeah, tax free. I guess
Tax
that's
free.
true.
That's pretty
they get
fair.
a lot of welfare too, dude.
It is kind of funny. You're right. It's lesser of two for sure still. Because the first one, you get nothing. It's the state named after you, and you're all dead. The second one, like you're alive, but it's like, hey, you live here. Like you don't come. You live there. Like, you don't come here. You live over there.
Dude, we've talked about
Keep
it a
your
couple
skinwalker
times on
shit
our
over there.
podcast. Yeah, yeah, we don't want to see that goat shit over here. No chupacabras.
I don't want something running me down at midnight. You out of your mind? Keep it in the res.
The only thing that runs me down on this side of the tracks is black people. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. No mythological creatures.
Oh,
It's just
shit.
Tyrone. He wants his money for the weed I gave him last week. No, we
Fuck,
talk
dude.
about it all the time on our podcast because like there's the 202 and the 101, and they're major highways in Phoenix. And one side of the 202 and the one side of the 101 is native land, and the other side is non-native land. It's just everybody else's land, apparently. But there's
White
a stark
people's.
difference.
Oh, I
There's
can
a
imagine.
stark
Oh, you
difference.
mean one side looks like civilization and one side looks like not?
Oh yeah, dude, it's so bad. And guess who the IRS goes after more? Yeah, you can
Of
tell
course.
the statistics are there.
Of course. Yeah, it's so
wild.
fucking
It's so
funny.
wild.
It really is funny. It's like we're still holding a grudge against them for some reason. Like to this
Yeah.
day. like we
bro,
could have killed all of you. You didn't let us, and now we're here. Okay, so what do you want to do? I guess.
We gave you land. Why you bitching still? Like, what the fuck, dude?
Do you not like the casinos? Then shut up. Which is
Dude,
also kind of
it's-
funny because like a bunch of like just the higher up of the natives, like I
Yeah.
guess whoever was in,
Tribe
the money.
leaders.
yeah, right. The tribe they just took that over, and then the rest of the tribes gets fucked anyway. So
Yeah.
it's like there's levels to that
It's
shit
the
too.
same. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's insane. It's a class thing too. Dude, the tribal lands, it pisses me off because I love online betting. I love fucking online
best.
gambling, right? It's
Yeah.
fucking great.
I do it
But if I
every day. I'm doing it right now.
yeah, I just put a bet on the game. Like
Yeah, I have
I
5
did
bets on the game right now.
Dude, I've turned $10 into 200 this week. So I'm
Wow.
doing pretty good.
That's pretty good.
But this weekend I lost 200. So
That's how it goes,
evens out.
buddy. Dude, two football seasons ago, I was up $5,000. Then last football season, I was up $100. I lost that
It's so
$5,000.
annoying.
But this year, I'm up again a few grand. So it's waves,
There
you
you
know.
go. Yeah, it comes in waves. But no, I hate the tribal land because if I get too close to it, then I can't fucking bet. It's so annoying.
Why?
Oh, really?
It doesn't
Yeah,
work in that
X's it
location.
won't let you.
If you're on tribal land, you can't online gamble. So if
Oh,
you're
you
too
go to the
close to it,
casino.
Okay, so if the GPS picks you up and thinks you're on the casino, okay, that's stupid as fuck.
yeah.
That's
And
a bullshit
there's so
loophole
much
law.
tribal land here. Yeah, right. There's so much tribal land here that it's like I'm almost always close to it like especially on any freeway or at a bar that's next to the freeway. It's so annoying.
That's fucking stupid, man. That's why it's a good thing about being a PA. Is like it's like super. We were like one of the first states I think to get it, Pennsylvania. It was
Oh,
like
wow.
yeah, I believe one of the first. I believe I'm not sure, but yeah, online betting rules. Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
I even do that online. Like ever do like the live blackjack dealer.
Mhm.
That shit
Yeah.
rules too. And then like they'll talk to you. They'd be like, "Oh, Adam hit with the big," and you feel like you're like, "Yeah, I did." You feel like, more accomplished, and you feel like less of a degenerate for some reason. It's like you feel like you're interacting with people, but you're not really. Like just a bunch of other
Yeah.
losers in their house in their underwear, on
You're
like
just
while taking your shit.
You're just high,
Yeah.
like laying in bed, and they're like, and you're like,
Dude.
"Oh, I'm part of this."
My brother-in-law won $11,000 on an $11 bet.
Oh shit.
Whoa.
Yeah. How fucking nuts is that? So, Barstool Sports app, the betting app, has like this thing called like Lightning Roulette, and right before they spin the fucking wheel, it's like a live thing. Like the blackjack guy's like a guy in there with a microphone doing like awful. I feel like everyone they hire for that was like a failed stand-up because he's doing awful hack like bits in between like the spins, and you're like, oh man, this is the job for you. Good thing comedy didn't pan out because we'd be roasting you. You know? But like, so like they pull this lever, like this fake lever, and like lightning hits like 3 numbers or 2 numbers, whatever, and then like it would be like 100 times that bet, or like 500 times that bet, or like 1,000 times that bet, where the fuck it is. So his like lightning hit on one of the numbers he picked, and then landed on like the fucking ball hit it. So it was like that plus his bet plus like the times, and it went up like thousands of that. It was crazy.
That's fucking dope.
That's fucking
But he's
cool.
also lost thousands, I think he said,
Yeah.
online betting. So, you know.
Dude, that's like
Yeah.
it's horrible. I hate it and I love it at the same time. It's just one of
Yeah.
those things.
I try to stay away from that shit though, like that roulette stuff and all, because you get war. Like he says, like it sucks you in, because like gambling's already addictive. Like already betting on football is already like addictive.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
I was betting on
Dude.
like the Idaho Potato Bowl game. I was like the other day, like against like Wyoming and like fucking Ohio. Not like Ohio State, like Ohio, like the green and white Ohio. Like you're like
The one that nobody knows.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude,
Dude,
that
Ohio doesn't exist
gambling,
in the first place, so
True.
the gambling like really picked up. Like even in like my small town here, like we had like nowhere to gamble when I was growing up. Like you could do probably not even legal in the county. Then I come back and those like slot machines are in like every building in my little town. They're at every bar, every gas station. They're fucking everywhere, dude.
Well, because as soon as like local government could figure out they can make a dime off it, they're like, actually, gambling is cool now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they make
And
a
you're like,
shit
wait,
ton
it
of
wasn't
money.
5 days ago. Like, even now it is. You're like, okay, like whatever.
dude, I was in Texas doing a class for my job, and I just wanted to see if there was a casino like anywhere, and there's not. There's not a
Yeah.
fucking casino. There's one casino in Texas, and there's no online
There's
gambling.
only
And I was
one
like, dude,
casino in all of Texas.
at least what I saw. Like
No.
I looked, and I
Where is
searched
it,
for
Dallas?
like another casino. It's between Dallas and Austin, I believe.
Okay, so it's like 3 hours, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, or Dallas and Houston. Yeah, Dallas and Houston, like
That's
between
wild,
there.
dude. I
I
can't
don't
believe
know.
that.
It was, yeah, there was only one casino that I could find, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, but
I'm-
everything is across the border in Alabama, or yeah, what Alabama's right there, right?
Yeah, on the right side of it. I just don't understand, like, especially how greedy government is. Like, you guys make money off that.
Yeah.
Like, why
But,
not just
it's-
legalize it across the board in every state? I don't understand why they don't
I
want
don't know.
to.
It's they're a Christian. It's the Christian nation of Texas. You can't have gambling. You can only just rape your cousin's daughter or something. I don't know.
It's America. It's
Yeah,
American
fucking
way.
America.
That's what this country was founded on, Luke. Have some goddamn respect, dude.
Fucking yeah. You kneel for the flag too?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Piece of
probably.
shit. Disrespect me on my own show.
How dare you?
How dare you? No, but even like those other states that like aren't like Christian loving, like the states like up here in the Northeast even that don't do it. Like why? Like why aren't you doing it? Like I don't like you just not want fun in your state. Like you'll crush it. Like all these states that have online gambling make so much fucking money in taxes, dude. It's crazy.
Well, that's the same concept for weed too.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's what honestly what got the ball rolling was not even the fact that like, oh, Colorado legalized it. Like now they're not throwing people in jail. That's not what they care about. They just saw that amount of money they were taxing the shit out of their citizens, and they're like, oh, let's do that because it's like,
right.
And here in Illinois, it's like 40%, 30% tax rate or something. It's something crazy.
Is it recreational out there?
Yeah.
Oh damn!
Yeah.
It's like it's
Here
I feel
too.
like it's a lot of it's in PA. I have my car in PA, but it's not recreational in PA yet. But in Jersey, it is. You can drive right over the right
I
next
was
door if you didn't have a card.
AZ legalized, to be honest. I was really surprised.
Yeah,
by that when they did.
Arizona.
Why?
It's legal recreationally.
Got a lot of
surprised by
Mormons,
it?
dude.
In Arizona?
Mormons.
Really?
Yeah.
We have a shit ton of fucking.
I did not know
Mormons.
that.
Yeah,
I thought
dude.
they
The
said in
whole East
Utah.
Valley. The whole East Valley is Mormon and Mexican. It's the two M's. It's the M&Ms. They're next to each other.
Two opposite cultures.
Yeah, very opposite, but big families. Big families.
Big families. That's true. Yeah, that's the same. Yeah. Interesting. I didn't know Arizona was a Mormon state.
Yeah, you know that like show Sister Wives or whatever on
Yeah.
TLC. He used to live in Arizona. So when he first started the show, he lived in Arizona.
Oh, I didn't even know that. That's a weird thing
Yeah.
to know.
Arizona actually started to come after him for like breaking their marriage laws or whatever because he's married to like multiple women. So he had to leave and he fled to Utah where they wouldn't fuck with him.
Also,
You know a lot about the guy from Sister Wives.
I dated a girl. Actually, I watched it all the time. You know?
I have it saved on all my DVRs.
No, my ex-girlfriend used to watch it all the time, but that part was actually interesting when he was fleeing from his own government. So,
Dude, imagine arguing against like being like it's like, hey man, you want to do that? Power to you. I don't know how. I don't know how you don't just go on a murder spree in your
Fuck
house.
that.
It's like,
Yeah.
Fuck that.
imagine
I guess
seven of them.
he's more.
Seven of them in your
yeah.
ear. Oh my god.
yeah,
He's more man
Well,
than me,
dude,
apparently. Like, fuck that.
What's weirder to me is, well, I mean, when I was on Tinder, you would always see people with like they would say open relationship, and like that blows my mind more
Same.
than like having multiple wives. Like multiple wives, I can wrap my head around as a dude. Be like, yeah, there's more chicks, you know, like whatever you want to think about. But like the open relationship, where like you're seeing somebody else while dating your girlfriend, and she's also like with other people. And, like,
Just stay single.
yeah,
Right?
Yeah.
Like,
just
why
fucking.
do that? I don't understand it either. It's like, like especially married couples. It's like married couples blows my mind more than non-married couples to do that. Because like you're just like an extra
Yeah.
step in the relationship you took, where it's like I just want to love this one person forever. But like upside down pineapple, like come fuck us. It's like it's weird. it's like a weird.
Dude, how did
you're
the
like gross.
pineapple
You're
come
like it's
about?
fucking gross. I don't know.
Do we know that? Like,
I
How did
It's a
okay.
swinger. It's a swinger logo.
Wait,
though.
I
can you
know.
explain the pineapple thing?
I don't
to me?
know it.
Well,
I just
no,
know
we
that's
don't-
like a
we
joke
don't-
from it.
Well, I don't even.
Oh, I
think
knew
it's a
you
joke.
made
I
the
think
joke.
It's like their symbol. Like it's like
it's
an
like
upside
that's
down
like the
pineapple
nod.
is like their thing.
Oh,
Like if you go to like
It's like the Jeep nod, you know, like everybody has a Jeep and they're like, hey,
you get
see
the
another
V,
Jeep?
you do the V for the
Yeah. Yeah, but
Uh,
it's like them. They have an upside down
yes.
pineapple as their
Upside down
floor
pineapple.
mat.
And
Like
that means
entryway.
like come like we're DTF.
Come in the back way.
Yeah. So like if you go to like
come
a
in the back
campsite
door.
or whatever the fuck, or like there's RV things and like there's like one on the door that's like it's like a beacon for other degenerates to come be gross.
I did not pick up on this stuff when I was growing up, dude.
Yeah, no, someone had to tell me that.
TikTok,
Are you kidding
bro.
me? Oh, someone had to tell me that for sure. Fat Dave. So you threesome with Toad drinking off isn't healthy. No, it is. It's healthy.
Oh, no.
Not mentally, physically, probably. Probably no. It's probably physically gross too.
Yeah. Fuck. Could you imagine that little guy in the corner, just like?
Imagine Toad looking up at you as you jerk off in his face.
Oh my god, it's worse for some reason.
I just see like
visualizing it makes it worse.
like Toad jacking off a chode. Like it's just like a mirror image of himself.
But like he's trying to be sexy. He's sitting like sideways mermaid style. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like with his legs
in his own mouth.
Oh man.
I'm gonna have nightmares tonight.
Oh, gross.
we had to take a moment of silence for that.
So yeah, I know. Right? Rep for fucking Toad. Sorry, Toad. I love you though.
Sorry, dude.
Gross.
We gotta give you some shit, and we also gotta give Fat Dave shit all the time because he deserves it.
Who's his child's real dad? That's what I want to know because he's gay.
Oh.
So who is? So,
that's
it wasn't.
Yeah. Or what gay porn was he watching to get his dick hard to have sex with his wife to get impregnated?
Dude, his threesome wasn't a threesome. He was actually just fucking Toad, and Toad was jacking off.
Toad and Dickie, and then he just turned.
He just abused Toad when he was hammered, dude. I think that Dave actually molested him.
Said he was laying down, just head turned, enjoying the view.
Dude.
What the fuck, dude?
You're not allowed to comment. Ban him from the fucking comment section. I don't want to know more. I will
this
not
dude needs to be
listen
suspended right now.
Yeah. Where's Elon when you need him?
YouTube's like, hey man, like this isn't cool. Everything else is cool. We'll keep Tower Gang up, but you gotta stop commenting.
Jesus, we'll get Kanye's Balenciaga contract back as long as you don't tweet that anymore.
Yeah, right. Yeah, dude, I got. I also to Fat Dave, to fucking Cole's advice. He's like, hey man, you should appeal Twitter again for your account. I was like, all right. And then like 4 days went by. I was like, yo, I might get it. And then I was like, nah, we're kidding.
No,
dude. I don't even get it. I don't really get why you got suspended in the first place. But it was right before coming on our show. That was
it really was. Yeah,
it's happened to multiple people.
Yeah, you guys are bad luck.
Yeah, we're bad luck and good luck. You either lose your Twitter account or you go on Timcast. It's a 50-50 shot.
That is true. Yeah, either the best or worst things will happen.
Yeah.
Dealing with you guys.
It's just our life, apparently. Like that's the effect we have on people.
Did you guys see Zelensky was in DC?
Yes. Did you see his Russian fucking sweatpants suit? Like,
yeah. Why does he always wear that? Does he just think he has to always he's always gonna be in front of a green screen at any time?
He's the Tom Cruise of Ukraine. That's why. Like, they just have that aura about them where they're like, he's the action figure of his own movie.
Dude, he really is.
Yeah.
He really he's wearing like bulletproof vest and shit.
Yeah. And they're acting like they just like what he's wearing. He showed up to Congress. Like he it looks like they just like pulled him out of the war. Like, all right, I know you're down there in the trenches with the boys. Like, but we need you in DC to fly in this private jet and give a nice speech and kiss fucking Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah, like he's mad. He's like it's like he has to act like he's like, I should be on the front lines. They need me there.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, dude.
That's exactly it.
Like,
that's exactly why he wore that.
It's
Yeah.
pretty crazy that we have like just the symbolism of his. We have like they were draping the Ukraine flag in Congress, in the American, like our
Yeah,
Congress, and a foreign leader was there basically demanding money from the United States, and like
yeah.
all of our politicians were cheering. It's like just that moment. I was like, oh my god, dude, this
Dude,
is
it's like the
wild.
start of a Die Hard movie.
Yeah.
It's kind of what
Or
it's
like Olympus Has Fallen. It's like the same shit, dude. Like
White
it's
House
like,
down.
when are we gonna murder the president? Like that's like the next thing. Like the Russians storm the fucking White House.
Yeah.
And,
We faked this just to get in here. We faked this whole war
Yeah.
just to get in the White House.
and Gerard Butler will come and save us later with a 300 kick.
Yeah, I know. Those movies are ridiculous. It's like one Secret Service agent is gonna take on this fucking militia that stormed the White House.
This Russian Spetsnaz special ops team, like it's been training for 6 years on this one building.
When I watched, didn't they like show up around DC in like an AC-130?
I don't remember. I don't really remember it.
I'm pretty sure they were in like some like warplane, and I was like, that would never happen. Like that is just like there was. What was it?
I think it was no, I think they just crashed through. They had like some fucking crazy tactical vehicles and they like took it out like that. I don't remember. But
I remember it being bad.
Yeah, it was a horrible movie, but it like a great action flick, you know? Like if you just watch
for like
an
over dramatic action flick.
Yeah, if you just
like
watch, you put yeah, exactly. Same thing. And it's Gerard Butler, good looking dude. You just want to see him say, "This is Sparta" again, and kick somebody down a cavernous hole.
Dude, we all wanted at one point for him to beat Leonidas again, and he just never was. I don't mean like the character. I mean like a character like that, like that type of bravado again. And we were like, what happened?
Well, yeah. Like right after that, he did like a series of rom-coms, and you were just like, what the fuck? Like, I don't need to see you kissing Jennifer Aniston constantly. Like, I want to see you kick a dude in the chest. Like, God.
Yeah,
damn.
I want to see you fight a rhino on the battlefield. That never would have happened in real Sparta. That's what I want to see. I want to see that shit. Yeah, no. Sometimes I love to. I don't mind that from an action movie. Sometimes just fucking shut my mind off and just being like, I don't give a fuck. Like John Wick is a good example of that.
Great movies.
Which I just watched all of them finally.
Gun work.
Yeah, it's very like
phenomenal gun work.
Like actual training and stuff like he did for that. It was crazy.
Yeah, have you seen the videos of him doing like the training? Because it's like he's getting like professional training for this, so like he knows kind of how to like operate and with a weapon and stuff. So it's really impressive.
Yeah,
it's like, really impressive.
Dude, that last one where he was with a shotgun down in like the tunnels with the like tactically like this is sick.
Yeah,
so sick.
Yeah, this is fucking cool.
It's so sick.
That's like a movie where it's like turn your brain. Like this is forget reality. Yeah. That's not happening here.
Oh yeah.
Also, the whole world's like full of assassins. Like everyone.
I know. I love it, dude. Like, what if that was like, fuck, dude? We got congressmen, fucking Chinese spies. Like, who knows? Maybe they all are assassins. Like, there might be.
It's the Illuminati, dude. That's what we call it.
And those movies too. I always want to be like, how'd you get into that? Like, how do you find like you good at killing, and then you just like find your way into it? Like, how does it go? You just start like out with homeless people. Like you graduate,
like, hey,
how does it go?
Hey kid, do you like violence?
Yeah, you gotta get, like,
here's
your
a
numbers
gold
up.
coin. Go to this hotel.
You gotta get called up to the big leagues, like a manager calls you into his office.
He's like,
he's like, listen, like you're on like 26 killing spree. Cops haven't found you yet. It's like, I think you're good enough to come work with us. Come play with the big boys.
They probably like pick up like Navy
dope.
SEALs and like other professional like militaries out there. I don't know, dude. Maybe there's like just bands of thieves and assassins, like the Dark Brotherhood, dude.
What is this, the fucking Prince of Persia? There's camels roaming around and fucking masked like this, like the fucking ninja mask.
It's like Assassin's Creed. You ever play that game, dude?
I played all those games. Great.
Okay.
No honor among thieves.
Yeah, that's shit's wild though, dude. And then I just saw that they passed this fucking $1.7 trillion bill.
Yeah.
And like a lot of it's going to like Ukraine. It's like
every year we have this bill, and then the best part about this bill getting passed is fucking what's his face's grievances day. What's it called? What's he call it? Festivus.
Oh, Rand Paul.
Rand Paul's
he reads all
Festivus.
the wasted spending the government did this past year.
Stuff. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. It's pretty fucking wild. It's like it's like the blatant like not caring about its own citizenry, like our government. It's like it's I was about to. It's like we all got $1,200 for COVID, but Ukraine has gotten like 60 billion, 70 billion.
Yeah.
And guns.
I think Typo posted something where it was like Israel, or maybe we were talking about it. He was like, Israel per citizen got more money than American citizens, each citizen did during the COVID from the United States government.
Yeah, in fact, right before this podcast, I was on. I got asked to do some other. It was like a Republican show though, and they were like, "Yeah, I know," and they were talking about like Trump, and they were like, Trump was good on this. I was like, Trump was. Oh, they say Trump was good because he didn't start any new wars. I was like, you know what he didn't do? End any.
Yeah.
I was like, it's always this thing of like. No matter left or right you talk to, it's like they just don't get it. It's so fucking annoying, like with the war shit, especially the Ukraine thing. Well, it's like like
what annoys me more is like how people actually like buy into the process, like how you elect your official, they go to the Congress, and then they look at this bill, determine if it's good or bad, then they vote with a great conscience on it. And it's like this fucking bill that just got passed was like they knew like 2 days prior. And it's like over 5,000 document pages or something like that. And it would if you were reading like 120 words per minute, it would take you 5 days straight, like of nonstop reading for 24 hours for you to read the whole fucking thing. So it's like
no one's reading it. It's such
no one's reading this. Yeah, like
everybody's just checking to see if their bill is in there, and then they vote yes or no as long as their bill's in there.
Right. And then whatever backdoor deals they have to vote yes or no on other shit. Yeah, it's fucking wild. Yep. I also saw that what's his face, the FTX guy, just got released on $250 million bond.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Really? That's it?
Wow.
Yeah. Which
250 million.
That's a lot of fucking money, even for like a millionaire. That's a lot of fucking money. But
they said the jail that he was going to go to. He was going to go to Epstein's jail. And I'm like, oh, cool.
In New York?
Yeah.
So one where the guards like fall asleep and the cameras shut off.
The cameras don't work. So weird. Yeah. I'm bringing it up because I got asked today from my neighbor. He's like, "Hey, do you think they're gonna Epstein him? Oddly enough, like kill him?" And I was like, "My answer is this. I want to hear your guys' thoughts, but my answer is this. I say I don't think so because I think the Epstein backlash was so big they didn't expect that. Like, because like in their mind, they off people all the time, right? Like that's what they do.
Oh yeah.
And then Epstein happened, and then it became like a meme. Like even like on the news, like local news people were like, "And Epstein didn't kill himself. Back to you." Yeah. Like everyone was making the joke, and they were like, "Oh shit, people are paying attention to this now." So like, from my thought is like they don't do it because that would be like everyone would be like, "Again, come on, you can't twice like in 4 years." Like it's great, like whatever 5 years time, like that's like too much. So that's my thought is no, they don't kill him. That's just my thought. What do you guys think?
I don't think he's big enough to kill. I don't think he has enough dirt on anybody to kill. Like, he's done some crazy shit and he's got some, he's got some information, but I don't think he has anything that Epstein had on them where they were like, we don't give a fuck how bad it looks on the optics. We're going to murder this motherfucker. And it doesn't matter what this guy releases. They're like, nothing that damages us. Holy shit. I'm having a fucking stroke. Damages us as much as Epstein did. Yeah. Fucking.
But like he does look like an autistic kid. Like
oh yeah.
Like he doesn't look like he knows. Yeah, it doesn't look like you're right, Luke. It doesn't look like he knows. Like it doesn't look like it looks like he's a straight fall guy. Honestly, like his parents were way more involved in stuff than he was.
Yeah. Well, and I think he knew the crypto world, and I think that's all he knew. And then the rest of it, he was just like, fucking stacking cash and being in an open relationship on some fucking island. Like, he was like, this is the first time I ever got laid, and it's really hot girls. So like, I'm gonna keep doing it.
They arrested his chick too.
Did they?
Oh, they did.
Yeah, they arrested both of them. Yeah, which is interesting. So, Typo, what do you think? Yes or no?
I think it's a pretty good assumption. I don't think they'll kill him. I think the
Yeah.
backlash, because I think and Luke made a good point too. Is like Epstein was like, this was about like fucking children, and then the other one's about like robbing people of their money and scamming them. Like,
They're
I
like, we
think
do that all the time.
yeah, we do that every
Yeah.
day. Do you see how much money we printed during the pandemic right in front of you when you were locked in your house? And like, we don't care. Like, we'll do that all day. But when it comes to like children, people lost their fucking minds, and I think that's the reason why the Jeffrey Epstein thing didn't die.
Yeah, it's true. It seems like every Ponzi scheme, money scenario, there's just one fall guy, like that's like predetermined beforehand, but he doesn't know about it, obviously. So like everyone, even the what's his face, the big one in New York, Madoff.
Oh
Yeah,
Like him too, right? Like he was doing it, but I'm sure there were other people that were also involved that just behind the scenes were like, if this goes sideways, we're all gonna fuck Bernie, right? And they were like, yeah, of course. Like, he thinks like we're all making out on this deal, and then like the hammer comes down. He's like, but we're all gonna go down, right? And he turns to his left and right, and there's no one standing there with him. And he's like, fuck. That's what I think happens to a lot of these guys. It's like they're just as culpable, but like they don't understand that like someone's going down and it's you, dummy.
Yeah. Well, it's like school shooters or anything else. Everybody's a fucking Fed or Fed involved, Fed related, you know?
Oh, we're getting info from the chat. Benzo and Spud are saying that his chick turned evidence against him and she's cooperating with the state.
Not a ride or die, bro. She was
wow,
just there for the money.
dude.
Bitches ain't shit.
Bitches ain't
you were
shit,
right.
dude.
Bitches ain't shit. It's fucked up.
Dude, I can't.
As
that's
soon-
one
Can't trust
thing-
these hoes.
As soon as the cuffs went on, she's probably like, "What do you want to know? Like, I'll tell you anything." Fuck this loser.
She's like, I only let him hit because he had $17 trillion in his bank account.
Yeah, you think I want to fuck this autistic idiot? No,
Okay.
yeah, get out of here.
I had to show him where the vagina was. Like, God damn it. Thank God you took him. Can I get some money out of this, please?
Dude, that is fucking wild, though. I mean, how like that was such a money laundering scheme in front of everybody's eyes, and like they stole so many celebrities' money too. Like Tom Brady, like lost his whole like.
Dude, that's
Shaq, I think, was involved in
divorce. He got divorced. Dude, I swear, I said something to Typo about it like beginning of the football season when there was some shady shit going down with like Tom Brady and everybody was talking about how like they've been back and forth, and I was like, dude. Tom Brady's involved in this FTX shit, and this FTX shit is dirty. And a lot of people that I was like, he lost his fucking wife because he's involved with that FTX shit. Bet money on it. And then, you know, it kind of just turns out that she might like black dudes, which is why she was with Antonio Brown, I guess. But whatever.
Dude, that Tom Brady thing is also like he acts like he's like, yeah, it is what it is, you know, like but then like you get to see him taking out his whole personal life, like on the football field, like on the sideline, just being like, just play football, shut up, just play football, like just trying to focus his attention on that.
Dude, his podcast is a trip to listen to sometimes. You just like
I didn't even
see
know
a
he
different
had
side.
I didn't know he had a
Tom Brady.
podcast either, actually.
Yeah. Well, he did that big TB12, you know, like behind the scenes of Tom Brady, like documentary. And
the
then
Man in the Arena thing was awesome.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah.
And then but then he did now he's got a podcast and he does it every week, or for the most part every week, and it's like him just sitting there, and he gives like way too much information out. Like sometimes the NFL like reporters and stuff are like, well, he just said this on, you know, it's like talking shit about the game plan or this, that, or the other, and they're like, ooh, doesn't look good in Tampa right now.
That's bad. I mean, that's why they're fucking 6 and whatever. Not doing great.
They still might make playoffs, dude. What
That's
the
about
fuck?
the NFC South is though. Awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just all the shit's wild though. It's like again, like, but I know, but even I think Benzo said it earlier in the chat where she was just like, yeah, but like nothing happens. Like all this stuff happens in front of us, and then like they kill Epstein, and we're like, hey, and they're like, dude, what? And we're like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like Debo steals your bike, and you're like, hey, that's not my bike, and he's like, and what are you gonna do about it? And you're like, yeah, we're all just
looks good on you.
bitches.
Like the bike looks good on you. Yeah,
That's
we're
your
just like,
bike, man.
fuck,
Good job.
They'll probably just use this as an excuse to like either ban crypto or regulate it in some form.
Yeah, 100%.
And that
Well, and I
that's
think
what
that's
we'll
what
get
it
from
was
this.
really there for. It's like a quick rich quick get rich scheme for some people, and then the government's just using it to, oh, this is something we can use to take more power. But
Right.
honestly, they can't do anything with Bitcoin as much as they want to. They can, regulate them as much as they want about Bitcoin. It's not going to change as long as you just.
Wasn't Sam like really pushing for regulation too? Like, wasn't he? Isn't his parents
Yeah, I
like
think so.
regulators or some shit like that?
Yeah.
So
So,
his mother
like-
was like a giant Democratic donor.
Yeah. Well, he was like the
They
second.
gave a shit
like
ton of money. Yeah.
money donor to
behind
the
George
Democratic
Soros,
Party.
this guy was number 2 behind Democratic donorship.
Yeah,
It was like $40
something
million
crazy.
or something like that.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts. That is pretty nuts. But like,
Dude,
this guy goes to a 1-year
Have
prison
you seen the specifics?
of
Like
what?
how he did it? He took out. So he added all this money. He basically was stealing people's money, and then he was borrowing from his own company as a loan because he couldn't get the same type of loan from an established bank. So he was like borrowing loans from his own company because he could write it off to as much as he wanted, and then using that money to put it back into FTX to jump the stock and then selling it to make actual cash. But he was still borrowing money.
Right,
it was like it was like the craziest.
He was creating money, wasn't he?
It's like you're constantly borrowing. You're
Yeah.
never really making anything yourself. You're just constantly like owing somebody something.
Interesting.
It's
But it
like a
was
great
owing,
con man.
like it was yeah. It was like his company was borrowing from one side of the business and then using it to pay for things on the other side of the business, which made its debt go up, but made its like revenue stream go up at the same time so that they could just keep like evening itself out. And that's why it was good for so long, and then it all collapsed because obviously
wasn't like FTX donating to the Democratic Party, and then the federal government was sending them
Giving
money to Ukraine.
Yes.
And then Ukraine was buying
guns and shit.
Shares.
Or shares. I meant shares, not guns. Shares and stuff.
Or maybe just buying the crypto, whatever the cryptocurrency is, FTX.
Yes.
So it was like one big major scheme.
Like
that's like the biggest part of the story. Like they'll say like, oh, FTX is a scam, and but they want to elaborate on the scam or how big it really is. They'll just be like, oh, he took some money from investors.
It's not like the media is ever going to be like, and the Democratic Party was funneling money.
Yeah.
Like they're never going to fucking like do that. That's crazy.
We're gonna find out Trump's fucking what are those NFTs going to be backed by FTX in the next 6 months?
I mean, dude, I had explained to that Republican today on his news podcast about like, I was like, the right doesn't care about morals. I was like, people don't like get it. Still, like, they still think like their side's all good and free and dandy, and it's like no, guys, like both, they don't care. Like it's all weapons on board. Like you there's no fucking rules. DEFCON 5 for everybody. Everybody's doing whatever the fuck they want. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I would say that the Republicans are like the Republican side is much better at convincing the constituents that they care for some reason.
Agreed. I agree.
Yeah, and then on the left, they just believe it blindly for no reason. Like the Democrats don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to convince them; they just automatically believe it.
No, you can just walk up again. They just walk up to any black person like, I'm Democrat. You have to vote for me, right? And they're like, okay. like some people just go, oh, okay, that's how it is. Like forever. Yeah. Like I talked to a few black friends of mine who are comics, and they're pretty much living in the city their whole life. And you start talking to them about like why they vote Democrat. And they're like, my family always did, so I did. And they're like, oh, yeah. Did you ever try not? Ever thinking not to?
Tradition
they don't care.
So deep. Yeah, tradition runs so deep that like, being the Republican in a Democrat family or the Democrat in a Republican family, like that's ostracization, like in an instant. Like, and it happens constantly. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's really fucking wild. But like that's the whole thing. It's like, that's what I'm saying. It's like it's so tribal now. Like politics, like it's beyond like working with each other. It's like so just like fuck you, no, fuck you, no, fuck you. Like I'm gonna vote for the red guy no matter what. I'm gonna vote for the blue guy no matter what. Like, and no matter how many facts or awful things they did or positions they voted on before you could show people, they go, well, still better than the other guy. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'd have to
I
be
wish
a closet, like a Democrat would have to be a closet Republican to like not get credit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish people would get more mad, like, because like if you're I don't know, if you're a right winger and you despise the Democrats or whatever, but Democrats are going to do what Democrats do. They're going to pass Democrat laws and do their bullshit that everyone hates and pretty much it's garbage for the economy, society, whatever. But they always get so mad at the Democrats, and I'm like, okay, well, I think if anyone that you get mad at, like the Democrats is going to do what a Democrat does. Anyone you should get mad at should be your own constituent, like or your own representative. It's like the
Yeah.
Republicans should be the guy constantly you're mad at. Like they're just going to do what the left does, which is destroy everything. Like,
Right.
but if you're not going to go like hold your Republican dude to feet to the fire about sending money to Ukraine, then like what's going on here, dude? You don't care, like, or they don't care, and there's nothing you're doing here that could convince them otherwise.
Correct. Yeah, I introduced him to the Malice quote. I was like, conservatives are just fucking, progressive driving speed limit. I was like, that's all that's happening with you guys. And then he's like, oh yeah, yeah. He was cool. Yeah, it was cool. Like he wasn't like a dickhead. Like he was like, but like it's annoying to hear like a lot of these guys on the right be like, I have a lot of libertarian ideas. I'm like, everyone does.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's generally what it means. Like that's the whole point.
Yeah, like everyone does. I'm like, it's like it's this inherent rights we should have from birth. Like it doesn't matter what paper says. Like fuck that shit. Like it shouldn't matter. Like of course you do. Like yeah. Like just think more that way when it comes to voting.
And there's a reason why Republicans like when they're running for office, they almost run as like their message is very libertarian like they have the same kind of rhetoric. They just govern like Democrats when they get into office. And it's like but I don't know. I always like to me, like becoming a libertarian, like I came from a right wing side, but I thought that was just a logical conclusion. It was like, isn't that what we're just supposed to be? Like small government, like none of this craziness.
Bullshit. Yeah.
And I don't know. Maybe I'm the crazy one, dude. I don't vote for the two major parties. Like maybe I'm the outsider here. Fuck.
Yeah, I just think it's crazy how we decide like, oh, well, there's two people to pick from, so you have a choice, and it's like that's not really a fucking choice, dude. Like, go fuck yourself.
Well, my new favorite thing is like people are like, oh, you hate democracy. I'm like, if 51, okay, there's 3 of us in this chat right now. If 2 of us decide to rape the third one, it's democracy.
Yeah, it's fine, dude.
But the third one's like, I don't like that outcome at all. It's like too bad democracy won. It's like it's dumb. It's dumb as fuck.
Especially because we're like even more so. It's like we're gonna make a vote right now, and you're gonna be like, well, I don't agree with. Like, I don't want to make a vote for anything. Like, I didn't contractually obligate myself to doing this. And we're like, we don't care. We're going to rape you.
Right.
And we voted on it, so it's okay. And you're like, well, I didn't even agree to the original contract that we get to vote. Like, what if I didn't get any say in this at all? Like, we're just voting. I vote no.
Yeah.
And we're like, no, it's legal.
It's great. No, it's like your voice didn't matter at all in this. We're just giving you the theater of voting.
Or like before the civil rights movement, like Jim Crow law, like those were actually popular laws in America. So like, is democracy okay when that's popular?
Yeah,
but all of a sudden,
how many laws like were black people like if you were black you couldn't own a gun? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like shit like that. Like that was the law. That was by your definition legal, and by the up and up, you fucking idiot. It's dumb as shit. Yeah, but they always have a bad like everybody's comeback for that is always like, well, that was then. Like that's an excuse. Like that can't happen ever again.
Yeah.
Human
atrocities are done, dude. We don't do that anymore. We live in America, dude. We never do that.
Rwanda was so 1994.
We're not genociding Yemenis people. Like what the fuck?
It's fucking nonsense, dude. It's fucking they're idiots. We can wrap this up, boys. Crazy. This is a fun up. Tell everybody where they can find you and your great podcast.
You can find us on Twitter at Biting the Bullet Pod. And same thing on Biting the Bullet Podcast on Instagram. We had our other one got nuked the last time we were on the show. Not because we were on the show, but just after we were on the show.
Man, we had bad karma, huh?
9/11.
Yeah, 9/11 got us. And then you can find me at Keep It Real Luke on Twitter and Instagram.
You can find me at the Real Typo on Twitter and Axtorian Typo on Instagram. And Adam, thanks for having us on, dude.
Yeah, you guys
Yeah,
are
dude, it
two
was
of my
fun.
favorite fucking people to have on and shoot the shit with. I always laugh and enjoy my time with you guys.
Yeah,
Everybody,
dude.
thanks for tuning in as always. And we'll be maybe next week. I might take the week off because of the holidays and shit. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe next week, maybe not. If not, 2 weeks from now for sure. Everybody, peace out.
Thanks for listening. Find Adam on social media, Twitter and IG at Adam Nutter, or Facebook and TikTok at Adam Nutter Comedy. And for podcasts and merch, check out www.droptent.com. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe so you never miss an episode.
This has been a Drop Tent Media production.